Well, hello, it's Miss Gina, and we're going to read Chicken Boy. We're on chapter... How many? We read 1, we read 2, did we read 3? We're going to read chapter 3. This is sign language for 3. This is the way I usually do 3, but this is 3 in ASL. So, chapter 3. Cody Peters got 2 days in before school detention. Tiger Woods got 4. I got suspended for a week, which was fine by me. I was feeling sort of light and good about everything as I walked out of the principal's office. A week off of school and nobody calling to the house to complain that I never showed up. Hard to beat, son. I was about smiling by the time I saw Tiger Woods out in the hallway. He didn't look like a kid who could take Cody Peters in a fight. You wouldn't call him fat exactly, but he was pretty close to the line. He changed out in his gym clothes. But his street clothes didn't bowl you over with style. It was the baggy look. I guess you'd call it a baggy short sleeve shirt over a baggy t-shirt and a baggy jean. A baggy green shorts. I think it's time to get new glasses. Black chucks and baggy white socks on his feet. He'd been leaning against the wall, almost sitting on the floor, his knees sticking out, but he stood up when he saw me. "What'd you get?" he asked. "Detention?" "Nope." I told him and kept walking. Tiger joined step with me and said, "Well, she must have given you something. I mean, no offense, man, but you started it." "Ain't nothing to worry about," I told him, wishing he'd get out of my business. It's hard to feel light and good about something when a guy's trying to tell you to get all serious on your butt. Tiger clapped me on the shoulder, not to be mean, more like he'd just been struck by some big idea. "You didn't get expelled, did you?" When I shook my head no again, he asked, "Suspended?" "Sucks, don't it?" I said, hoping he'd get the message. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. "They can't do that." Tiger looked at me full in the face. "Why didn't you tell the principal what Peter said?" I bet she would have understood. Well, the problem wasn't what Cody said. It was what he did. And no way I was going to stand up in the principal's office and do the same. Besides, it was over and I was free for a whole week. I kept on walking. Tiger stuck out his hand. "My name is Henry Otis, by the way. I thought it was cool what you did, sticking up for Miss Thesman. That's why I jumped into it." "Well, that, and you were getting the snot beaten out of you." He grinned, then looked down at his hands, which was just hanging there in the air. He shoved it into his pocket. "I could get your homework assignments for you if you wanted," he went on. I was headed for the big exit sign over the school's front office. If Henry followed me out before the last bell, he'd get suspended too. He either didn't know it or didn't care. "Or you get bored, you could come over to my house after school. I live on a farm. It's over on Strickland Road near the Char Grill. It used to be a horse farm, but they sold most of it to developers. We've got a couple acres. You could come see the chickens I'm raising." The door swung open like it's been oiled. just for my exit. Outside, the air was filling up with exhaust fumes from the 100-something minivans and SUVs come to pick their babies up from jail. I think you're the only person in this school who doesn't suck, Macaulay. Henry called me after me. Nobody else would have stood up for Miss Thesman. That's for sure. I turned around in the doorway. Henry made it sound like I was some kind of hero. To the best of my knowledge, nobody had ever thought I was heroic before, and I sort of liked the feel of it. I stared at Henry hard for a second before opening my mouth. My granny was chickens. My granny has chickens. That make more sense? My granny has chickens, I said, finally. I seen her twist one's head off once. Pretty gross, Henry said, but he didn't seem all that upset by it. Yeah, I guess, I shrugged. It ran around the yard a minute without its head, just like they say. Like a chicken with its head cut off. You want to come over and see ours? We won't kill them or anything. Nah, I pushed my way out the door. I got stuff to do. I didn't have a thing in the world to do, but no need to report the fact to Henry Otis. And I have a friend called needs some help, and so I'm going to leave you there on page 21. We'll pick up on page 21 next time, and we'll do our game later, today maybe, or maybe tomorrow. So I'm going to go help a friend right now, and I'll see you later. And I'm so glad you're here. Remember to read more in 2024 and grow your brain.